Welcome, everyone. It's Hollywood on the Rocks on a Wednesday. We are live and ready to discuss The Acolyte. Where's Alan? I need Alan right now to cope, to deal with this. My God, let's go. Come on, man. Late as usual.
Alan!
What, no new
Thank
video
you.
of me? That's why I live for
There's
this.
a couple new videos of you. There's a couple new videos. I'm saving them.
Okay.
I'm saving them for later. So, hey, Acolyte episode 4 is here.
Yeah.
Yay. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. How are we surviving all this? It's
Well, part of me is like, could it get worse? I mean, this was at least a step up from episode 3.
well, I heard a new theory. Wait, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get
There's
into
a new theory going around.
Okay.
Not Star Wars theory, a new Star Wars theory, not Star Wars theory, the YouTuber. So, and hail to him.
Yeah.
But a lot happening. Plus, we have an interview today.
Oh, do we?
My friend Paul Osborne is an indie filmmaker. He has a new movie out. I just watched it. It's so good. He is one of the best screenwriters I know at his level. Just writes these incredible screenplays. But we'll get into it.
Okay.
There's lots of people here right now. Look at this, Alan. Let's read the chat before we kick things off and say hi to everybody. We're gonna say hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Obama's White Half. Never go full Wookie.
Yes.
Solomon Thornton, Acolyte is still going on. I thought it was over. For many,
not for a month. A month more of this.
Not from us hate shills out there.
Oh my God. Look,
yeah.
I want to like it. If this was a good Star Wars show, don't you think I would say it? Or at least hopeful, But that episode 3, that lost me.
Yeah. And then episode 4 just kind of, we'll get into it, but just illumined its horrible writing. From SJ, was the title of episode 4 called Groundhog They?
You know what? It's pretty good.
That would have been a better title than. Would have been a better title than Day, which is what that
right.
Okay. Pyrene Dream. I did it all for the Wookiee. Yeah, the Wookiee. Yeah, the Wookiee. Yeah.
That makes sense. Hey, super chat coming in hot.
Yes, from Israel Fury. For $99.99 alien space dollars. The worst mistake was Disney moving from a family entertainment brand to a gay activist brand.
It's hard to debate that when you hear, and we're about to see the James O'Keefe leaks. I believe they come out tomorrow. We'll discuss it on Friday.
Yeah, something comes out tomorrow. No, I mean, look, you and I both saw Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
They had opportunities to insert some gay branding, and they chose not to. And now look at what happened to Inside Out 2.
Right. It's doing well.
It's doing very well. You could have had two mommies out there in the bleachers. You could have had Riley kind of have feelings for her hero, but they chose to just tell a standard story.
I guarantee there is some stuff woven in.
Mm-hmm.
There is stuff woven in. I can feel it. I can feel it, but it's subtle.
I mean, I've had confirmation. The rumor that Elsa may be lesbian. To to me, it was always a rumor. I've had the fact that discussions were had confirmed to me.
Well, you should hear what they say about Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. Have you heard, Alan?
I have.
Rumors.
I mean, they share the same bed.
Thank you, Israel. Well, they take baths with the rubber ducky. That's going on. Oh, more super chats here. Let's get to these.
Yes, from Grenader 24 for 2. The changing of lore / canon last night live.
Yeah, with Keanu Sunday, according to Drunk 3PO. It's Chiari Mundi. But yeah, he wasn't supposed to be alive, and they rewrote his canon. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Let's get through these quick.
All right, from Aaron Sharman for 4.99 British pounds. Watching the Acolyte is like doing ATM when they haven't wiped properly.
What,
ATM.
a bank machine? That's crazy.
Machine? I forgot what that meant.
Bank machine at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, okay.
That's what ATM means.
It's that hard to type that up.
Right.
From Cass again, I don't think films are going anywhere, but for mainstream films are in a very bad place. Now there's Spaceballs 2, which should have been made after the prequels.
Well, I hope that the new Spaceballs, I mean, who knows? As long as Mel Brooks.
I believe Josh Gad is taking over for John Candy.
Sure.
And look, if they're self-aware, it'll be funny. If they're not, it won't.
What it should be is a parody of the sequels. Mm-hmm. And it should be centered around corporations milking a franchise to death. That's what it should be about. Like, it should be a parody of the Star Wars sequels, just a parody of everything that went wrong in that.
Well, you're saying that seems to be what Deadpool is about. It's a straight up send off parody of the current Marvel universe.
Yeah. A couple more here we'll get through.
Yeah. MK Solid. When will this nightmare end? July 16th. Freedom is our birthright. Just remember, everyone, the Sith haven't been around in 1,000 years. Oh, math. From Scott. I heard Chris show up late just to stroke his own ego.
I do. And you know what? My favorite band at the moment, The Strokes. I love them. Yeah. I think they are. I really do love that brand or that band.
There was no nooner today.
The brand and the band. Yeah, no nooner today. Yeah. I'm a little bummed.
Yes. So. All right. And from D for €10. Hollywood often hires festival favorites, especially from Sundance, which is highly nepotistic. This leads to untalented individuals being hired, causing a decline in quality. Investigate that, please.
Well, not sure I agree.
Yeah.
A lot. You know who came out of Sundance? Christopher Nolan. You know who came? A lot of filmmakers who you really like came out of Sundance. I don't think that's it's really a talent pool. What do you have to say about that, Alan?
I think of recent of the festival stars that have come out recently. I think the problem was that the studios hired them up, gave them their first big break in mainstream Hollywood as a means to control them. You know, it's not like they said, "Hey, I like the vision you had with your film. Please bring that vision to this." No, they just brought on a director for hire, a name, and they couldn't pull it off. They may know how to do small indie dramas. They don't know how to do big budget sci-fi movies.
Yeah, a couple more, and we're gonna launch in.
Okay, from Israel Ferry for $39.99 alien pesos. Another issue is Star Wars is not a TV brand. I mean,
yeah, I would agree. I don't think it is. It doesn't succeed on TV. It's an epic story. And also, you know what Star Wars is? Mm-hmm. Han, Luke, Leia. And other characters, Lando, Obi-Wan, C-3PO, R2-D2. That is Star Wars. Mm-hmm. The characters. not the world. The world is the setting and can be very important, but it's the characters. 3 more here, and we're launching in. Go,
D
Alan.
for 2. That was 30 years ago. Spaceballs, I believe. From SAS777 for €2. Thank you. Can you both please sing us the song of many?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Power of one. The power of two. The power of many. The power of one. The power of two. The power of many.
No other collection gives you the feeling of pure moods.
That's a mood, all right.
I know. It's only for $17.99.
Thank you, Saz777. Okay. Yeah. And final reminder, thank you for all the super chats.
Yes. And from Lord Thaw, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on Discord and Rumble, buy our merch. So hit that like button. Hit that.
Chris Gore, how dare you criticize the new woke Hollywood? We activists don't buy tickets because we are broke and miserable and we want everyone to be as negative as we are. Oh, and this goes for you as well, Mr. Ng.
Okay. Catching strays there, Alan.
No. I feel
catching strays. You know, I don't know where to start. We have a lot of news, but people really want to talk about the Acolyte. Let's do a couple news items. I don't have. Can you put? Should I put the links up here?
Oh, I think I could try it. I'm on Brave right now for all that stuff. So.
Oh, how about?
So let's see how this affects my internet.
Okay, we're gonna start. I'll put up, and I have not. These are your suggested topics.
Okay. Which one are you doing first?
Let's do this.
All right.
So I saw House of the Dragon. I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought they were good. They were not a disappointment. I think this is last season was so dramatic, and the way it ended set up everything. It's war. It's on, right? The factions are set. Houses are taking sides. This was we're going to remind you of what is going on. There's a shocking scene at the end of episode 1, but something is missing. Something is missing. And something that Game of Thrones is known for, which is sex. This makes me only like Olivia Cook more. Could you put up the story?
Yes,
story.
There we go.
It's I mean, Olivia Cook has been amazing in so many things.
Yes.
But she's let's see.
Okay, almost.
Let me share. I found it here. Here we go. Here is
no, I've got the actual article.
I found it. Here it is. So let me just
okay, you got it. Go scroll down. There's a picture of her with a backless dress.
I'm going to linger on this picture of her right here.
No. There's better pictures. Keep going down.
So Olivia Cook can do it all. It's an article promoting House of the Dragon season 2. Here, let's read starting here. Is this it?
Look, I mean, do you want to get right to the issue or do you want to go through the article?
Let's get into it. Where is it?
Again, keep going down. It's a full backlist shot of her.
Yes, I see it.
No, keep going. That's a side shot. We're going for the full back.
Okay.
Keep going.
And so this article addresses the sex scenes.
Yes.
In the show.
Keep going. Of course, they put that at the end of the article to get you to read the entire article. So we're almost there. Keep going. Keep going.
Ads and
there we go. That's it. Move up the paragraph above that picture.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
This is what okay, here we go.
Here we go. Okay, when it comes to sex scenes, Cook worked closely with House of the Dragon's intimacy coordinator, Vanessa Coffrey. Given Game of Thrones' reputation for nudity, Cook had originally braced herself. I thought there'd be way more, and so I'm so relieved that when it has been used for me, it's showing Alicent being pleasured, which is amazing and doesn't feel gratuitous, she says. It feels like we're telling a story. All right, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
So you really thoroughly examined this article.
Yeah, okay, here we go. She recalls one bedroom scene she filmed that was cut. It was messy as F. It wasn't beautiful, and that was really fun to do. It was carnal and even animalistic, she says. I think Ryan Condal, the showrunner, said we weren't learning any more about the character, which I disagree slightly, but it's okay. It's his show, she adds, with no hard feelings. Maybe we'll see it in the bloopers, she says, laughing.
So they cut back on the sex for the show.
Yep. Yes. As long as it fit the story, it was okay. Which seems like there's nothing fitting the story.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna scroll back just to see the pictures here of her. She's very attractive woman, and I think she's great in this role. I mean, having seen all of Game of Thrones, when did they ever hold back? They never did.
Well, they didn't have intimacy coordinators at that time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and I think what we've learned is, look, we could debate the need for an intimacy coordinator, but what's fact is intimacy coordinators interfere with storytelling in movies and television today.
Yeah, it's true.
They interfere with stories and scripts. Not the writers, it's the intimacy coordinators.
Well, I'll say this. I've seen episode 2. It's not it's the same as episode 1, just kind of setting the table. The table.
I mean, I'll say season 1 didn't pick up for me until the orgy episode.
Well, there you are.
It got fun and exciting at that point.
There you are. Well, you know what? I'm all in on Hot D. So sign me up. Hot D season 2. 2 very solid episodes to kick it off. And I can't wait to see more. All right, comments here. Here we go, Alan.
All right. From Matthew Hammond for 5. Why did the coffee table give away the ending in the description? This is like describing The Sixth Sense as a movie starring Bruce Willis as a ghost. Hold on.
Don't, as I stated, had you listened to me, do not read any description of what happens. Don't watch the trailer to this movie. Just do what Alan did. Trust me. Watch the movie and then be horrified.
Yeah, in fact, wait till next year and again watch it on Father's Day.
Which is what you did.
Which is what I did.
How is that?
Yeah, I think Father's Day just kind of elevated the tone of the movie for me. I don't know how much you want me to give away, but
go ahead. Give away.
What? Give away.
No, don't give away. What I mean is give away your reaction. What was your reaction?
My reaction?
Saying what happened.
Okay, so yes, don't go in cold. There's a moment in the movie. I'll just leave it at that.
About 20 minits in.
Yeah. When that moment happens, I couldn't wait for the movie to be over. In fact, the only reason I stuck around was thinking maybe the ending is going to pay this off somehow.
It does. It's perfect.
It does, and it's perfect.
For me, it was. All right, 2 more of the next topic.
Oh, okay. From IDK anymore. I don't know anymore. For $4.99, thank you. Do you have any experience using was that Baldo? I can't read. If not,
Baldo. I don't know what a Baldo is.
Neither do I.
Alan, would you look it up? If not, would you wear one?
Okay,
What's a
let's see.
Baldo? Wasn't
Yeah.
Baldo a movie, an animated?
That's a
film
Balto.
dog? That was Baldo.
That's
Not
Balto, yeah.
Baldo.
About this really horny dog.
Well, that's
Okay.
weird.
All right, let's see. Let's see what happens on my browser when I do this.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Um,
So, pretty sure the answer is no.
let me see.
Is this going to be another like Alan's?
Okay, so here, this is what Wired says. The world's first ball dildo is less of an erotic toy, more of a didactic interrogation of the very concept of pleasure.
Wait a second. Atomic Lori put a link in the link in the private chat, and I'll just say this: I'm not showing what this is.
Oh,
use your imagination. So there we are. Thank you, Atomic Lori.
Let me see.
Thank you, or I'm horrified. Next comment. We're moving on.
Okay. From a Joey Bag of Donuts for $4.99. Genuinely thank you for all the work you do. You both do. Hail the fellowship.
Well, hail to you.
I mean, how does that work?
Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Now?
Trying to. There's an instruction manual that they give you access to. Ouch. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, from a Sajin. Okay. For $5 it's impressive that somehow this was the 4th best episode. Was it the 4th best? Yeah. All right. And from Matthew Hammond for 2. I did not watch or read anything before watching. But you read the description.
Don't read the description. Do not read it. So, all right. One of your news topics that you put in there doesn't have a banner. This is why we do show prep.
I was told there was a banner.
There is not. I'm looking through all the. I can't find it. Okay. All right.
I believe I had brought it up.
Okay.
I had asked about it.
So, all right. Let's do this. There is an update on the Gina Carano lawsuit. It is moving forward. What does that mean? Discovery. That means that Gina will be able to, and her attorneys will be able to request documents from Disney. In addition to the documents that are going to be revealed soon, we are about to get some view on the inside of what's happening. Alan, can you read that or like look at the link?
Yeah. Let me get the link. By the way, there is a banner. There is a banner for my news item. So
I don't see it.
I see it. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Are you in the Hollywood on the Rocks banner?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So am I.
I'm looking at it right now. It's
put it up now.
All three of my articles are right there. I see all three.
They're not there.
They are there.
This is what happens. This is just.
I wish everyone to have a very moist day.
I did not want to see that.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're both there.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Alan. Start from the top. Give us the bullet points.
Okay, here we go. Give us the bullet points. The Mandalorian firing lawsuit. How Gina Carano's team and Disney are battling in court. A federal judge has signaled that Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm over her termination from The Mandalorian will be allowed to proceed as the court considers whether the First Amendment allows private companies to sever ties with employees who publicly clash with their values. District Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett on Wednesday pushed back on arguments from Disney lawyer Daniel Petrocelli, who argued that the lawsuit should be dismissed because the company has the right not to associate with high-profile performer on a high-profile show who is imbuing the Star Wars series with views it disagrees with. That could turn fans away from the show. Petrocelli urged the court to find favor of Disney on its First Amendment defense on dismissal rather than a later stage of litigation after discovery takes place in which it's determined whether the case should be allowed to proceed in trial. I'm not convinced there are no disputed facts, Judge Garnett responded. She pointed to allegations that Carano was terminated to deflect attention from Disney's contentious business decisions at the time, including company's contract dispute with Scarlett Johansson and criticism of Florida's parental rights and education law, which led to the dissolution of the special tax district in the state. The lawsuit revolves around allegations from Carano that she was wrongfully terminated and discriminated against when she was booted from the series for voicing right-wing opinions on social media. The former MMA fighter appeared on the first 2 series of The Mandalorian. She wasn't under contract on the third. She sued Lucasfilm in 2021 and announced that she wouldn't be returning to the series after a post in which she said, "Most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews." Could that be possibly happening today? She advances claim that Disney violated California labor laws prohibiting employers from directing workers' political activity and reprimanding employees on the basis of political speech.
Look, I got the gist of it.
Yeah.
Here's what this is. This is not about winning this case. Winning the case is about reputation. Johnny Depp, in his case, it wasn't whether he won or not. It was the court of public opinion and whether he won there, whether he was exonerated of what he was accused of. Similar here.
Mm-hmm.
People will get to see how she was treated. I've read the brief, the full legal brief, read the whole thing. I don't see how any thinking person can look at that and not feel empathy for her, not see how a corporation just throw her under the bus. They dropped 20 buses on top of her and made it so that they ruined her reputation so severely that she wouldn't work again. Now, thankfully, that did not happen. And she has persevered, and she was so popular among fans. Fans stood by her, and just allowing the suit to go forward, I believe that once more documents have come out from Disney, she will not only be exonerated, the industry owes her an apology. She will be exonerated. So this was the one battle she had to win. When Discovery, so here's what's going to happen. They are going to try to settle. They don't want these documents out. The internal documents and conversations within Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy's private messages, text, emails, they don't want that. She will be
Disney doesn't want that. You're saying Disney doesn't want that.
Disney doesn't want she doesn't, they don't want it. KK doesn't want it. She will be offered a tidy sum and will have to really think long and hard. Do I take a pile of money or do I allow this to move forward? Ball is in Gina's court.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, the sense I got going into this was there's no settling at this stage in the game. I think they want to get to Discovery. That seemed to be the point a lot of people were saying. That these emails, these communications, the conversations regarding Gina needed to be exposed. Personally, I'm kind of iffy as to whether there is even merits, whether this case has legs, which is, and the fact that it's happening in California is the reason why it does have legs, because we're one of the few states that have rules that you can't fire someone for their political beliefs, and now that's going to be kind of called into question. But I think, I think the most damage will be done in Discovery, and then there may be a settlement after that. But like the investigative reporters we are, and everyone is, and with what's happening to Disney soon with James O'Keefe, people just want the truth exposed, and I think that's the whole point of this. Let's just expose the truth, because unless Disney offers her an insane amount of money, I don't think I don't think she's going to take a settlement.
If I was her, I would not.
Yeah.
No matter what the amount of money, I would not.
Mm-hmm.
I would not take it, because what's at stake here? Her reputation.
Yeah.
And Disney damaged it maliciously.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main point. It's not that they fired her. It's that they maligned her in the process. You know, they basically blacklisted her publicly. And that's, to me, that was the biggest crime that Disney pulled here.
Right. Let's go to a couple chat comments and questions here. Really quick.
Okay. Oops. All right. From Olaf for €2. Looking forward to a great film thread today.
It's happening.
Yeah. And Rich became a new member. Welcome aboard.
I will say this. Alan and I were both at a screening last night for the movie Daddy-O with Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson. And they were there. They did a Q&A. I had my camera out and I filmed it. It's for members only. It's in there. And I started filming it. I dropped my camera. I did something. I started filming. And then Sean Penn turns and says, "Could you turn your cameras off?" I was like, oh, shit.
Well, he told you how you could have done it. You should just did what he said.
I could not do that. So
you could have you just walk up the stairs to the back of the theater and then film it from there.
No, I decided not to. So you get a little bit
because he got pretty pissy at someone else later.
He got pissy at someone else.
Yeah,
it was weird. So if you're a member, go to the members only videos. We post things like that all the time. And to Atomic Glory, it's not in here. So my feeling is what you did, the banner that you were going to add, you added after I entered. Something is wonky with StreamYard. Sometimes it needs to be refreshed so I can see the chat. I don't think it's you. I believe you, but you also need to believe me. It is not in the banners for the Hollywood on the Rocks banners. It's not there. I had to add
I knew which one you were talking about. I could.
The Gina Carano lawsuit update. I'm just saying StreamYard is effed up. That's what I'm trying to say.
That one, right?
I added that. Find the other one. Where is it? It's not there.
This one? Or that one. Or that one.
No.
Which one are you talking about?
Gina Carano isn't there. I added that.
I'm talking about the article you said I put up there that didn't have a banner.
I'm saying, look at this is another Alan and I fighting publicly. So please be patient for that. In the document that we put, planning document, there's a story, Gina Carano lawsuit moving forward. That is not as a banner in the banners. It's not there.
Okay.
Understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. It wasn't added to the document. Now I know how Mo feels when Larry and Curly do something like,
"Did you get anything?"
No.
Oh, slacker.
What's the idea of the two brushes?
I'm in a hurry.
Well, get going.
I'm Mo right now. See, I'm Mo right now.
Okay.
It's not there. There's a reason we do the planning document. So we're all on the same page, and then we all have a part to play. And plus, we have to talk about answering emails. Alan never answers his emails. It's hurting the business, seriously. That's a serious conversation.
Well, no, this one we I don't know how much you want to hash this stuff out publicly. But if you're gonna have a conversation over a publicity email, that it's best just to make a brand new email. When the header says post it. Let me just say probably the gayest thing about me is I love musicals.
I'm just gonna have to accept that I'm not memeable. You are memeable. I am not memeable. If there's a meme, it's Alan, not me. I am not.
I feel like
memeable.
that's a challenge. I mean, I think you are memeable, and I think I don't think
We'll see.
I don't think the memers out there have found the full potential of Chris Score meme.
We'll find out. Let's talk about the Acolyte.
May the mental cycle be with you always.
Okay. Acolyte episode 4 is here. You and I saw it, a few weeks ago.
Again. Yeah, I saw it again this morning.
Let's discuss it because several things. I've heard a new theory about it that I think is wrong. It's Drunk 3PO has a theory, but give us a summary of this episode. I did not watch it recently, but give us a summary to bring us.
So in episode 3, we are brought to the planet of Kofar, where May is going to assassinate the third Jedi who visited her home planet, Jedi Kalnaka, the Wookiee. And it is a treacherous journey to find Kalnaka. There is a forest impeding both May and Osha's way. At the beginning of the episode, Osha says, I'm glad you helped me find May, but she's the Jedi's problem. I'm done. And on 3 occasions said, I'm leaving. It's the Jedi's problem. She says that 3 times. But no, Saul says, no, we need you as bait. Literally, they set it that way. They need her as bait to get to May. And so she goes to Kulfar with them to take along with them a tracker creature known as the Tracker. I forget the name of it. Name of them.
It's a he, them. The Tracker is a he, them. And it's weird because, okay, I will defend this for a second. Every Star Wars from the first movie has something cute. There's Ugnaughts, there's Ewoks and baby Ewoks, there's Porgs. It's
Salacious Crumb, yes.
It's jangling keys to kids and, for the most part, women who like cute things. That's what I've found. I know women.
Yeah.
They like things that are cute.
Well, let's be real. Grogu was for the ladies.
Grogu also. So this creature was an attempt to do something cute. I think it failed miserably.
Yeah.
And it's referred to by Osha as a he, they.
Yeah, here, I think I have the exact quote here. Is he or they with us? That was the quote.
What is that? I mean, it's embarrassing because it's bringing modernity into Star Wars. I don't think that you should do that. So,
they started that at episode 1, but who's counting?
Right, exactly. But yeah, I don't think it was very well done. That's all I'm saying. So continue, Alan.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
So they follow the Tracker. Tracker's looking for Kalnaka. May and Keemer, I think that's how you pronounce it. They go in it as well. With May, she decides that, you know what? My sister's out there. I need to be with her. I'm going to follow her and not my master. And then she traps Keemer in a bear trap kind of thing. And then goes off to find Kalnaka and surrender herself. Meanwhile, the Jedi, they're looking for Kalnaka too. They approach his home and realize that May is in here. And let me quote you this one as well.
Sure.
So the Jedi are surrounding Kalnaka's home. May is in there, and one Jedi, as the police says, in the name of the Galactic Republic and the Order of the Jedi, anyone inside the domicile should come out with their hands where we can see them.
Yeah, it's like the LAPD. That's like cops. It's this.
Leave the domicile and put your hands where we can see them.
They've turned the Jedi from these mysterious, force for good in the galaxy to a-hole cops and Child Protective Services. It's
that
so
was
dumb.
Yord throughout this entire episode is a massive dick.
He is a total dick. But yeah. And then it ends with Smile. We don't know who the dark figure is, the character's name even, right?
Yeah. I have an idea, and I don't think it's what you're thinking it is.
Well, okay, let's get we're doing spoilers.
Yeah,
okay.
No one cares. I mean,
I don't think people care.
Tanaka's dead. Let's put it that
way. No one cares. With this show, people are so checked out that they don't care about spoilers. So here we go. Yep. Smilo Ren shows up at the end. The Jedi brandish their laser swords, and I couldn't believe how many yellow ones there are. Yeah. I affiliate Star Wars with blue, green, and red. Red, you're a Sith, and blue and red. Okay, we give Mace Windu a purple one. That's cool. That was at Sam Jackson's request. That worked. The yellow swords don't work for me. They look lame.
I know.
All right.
I mean, if it were the Asian Jedis who had them, I'd be all for it, but it wasn't.
Now that makes sense. Asian Jedi, they've got yellow. And then, of course, just associate the color with every whatever.
I mean, we might as well. We've come this far.
Yeah. It's so dumb and on the nose that, the dumbest thing you can think of, that's what it will be. So Smilo Ren does one big push and knocks over all the Jedi. Like, they just fall over with a force push. And then cut to black, and that's it. Now, the dark figure, this Sith Lord, Dark Lord, who is the teaching May. We don't know who it is. May doesn't know who it is.
Yeah, and also at the very last moment, it's the revelation of the red lightsaber.
The red lightsaber. Okay. The theory that I've heard from people is that it's Kimir, played by Manny Jacinto, that's spelled M-I-R, the sort of guy that's tagged along with May. People are saying he's the dark figure. That would be terrible. People are saying, well, you don't see him on screen at the same time, and he's leading her around, and then he puts the dark. No, that would be. You know why it's not? It wouldn't be dramatic. If
you're expecting this to be dramatic,
right? I'm saying
that's exactly why I think it is him, because Leslie Headland wrote this, and that it has to be him.
It's terrible.
It is terrible, but
terrible, Alan.
But this is the quality of the writing we've been getting.
Right.
It's gonna be him, and no one's gonna be surprised, and we're gonna say, "Yep, that's something a hack writer would have done."
In order for it to have any kind of emotional weight, it must. Go
ahead.
It must be one of the mothers. If one of the mothers is this dark, guiding, using dark magic, whatever you want to call it, witches, whatever. And I think if you look at this dark figure, it looks a little, I'm sorry, feminine. It's not Darth Vader imposing, tall and wide frame.
Again, you've used the words dramatic, and now you've used the phrase emotional weight to this show.
Now that you say it out loud.
So you're saying it has to be one of the mothers. Why? Because it would be dramatic and lend emotional weight. And you feel like that's what the writers have brought to this show to make that a possibility.
Now that I say it out loud, your mocking is, or I earned that mocking. I earned it. I can't deny it. Yeah, I say it out loud. It sounds stupid, but I'm going with, okay. Well, the writing is so bad, it's level of fanfic. So what would happen in fanfic? It's one of the mothers. It's not Kimir or Kumir or Qimer. It's not.
Okay. Look. Again, now you're assuming the writer is a fan of Star Wars.
Let me share screen here.
I mean,
I have to show this. I have to show this. Here's the cast of the Acolyte. Here we go. I'll zoom in more here. This is Keimer right here. Manny Jacinto. Okay. It's not Vanestra Rowe, but Rebecca Henderson. It's okay. It's not Yord, right? It's not this guy.
Right. He's
Humor.
He's definitely the only person not in the cast that is, or the only person in the cast currently in the episode that is not there at this scene. And I also say that Smile Ren is sort of built like him, but sort of built like the mothers too. So I'll grant you
slight.
that.
But look, the mothers, it's a Mother Coral or Mother Anasea. It's one of these two. It's not humor or whatever. Oh my God. All right. I want to hear what other people think. Post in the chat and we'll go to your comments momentarily. I have something else to talk about. We're going to have a funeral. It's happening. It is happening. Okay. And the memes are on point and the memes are already happening. Check this out. From MK Solid 82, who I follow. This.
Oh. I love my
my God.
My eye line is perfect, by the way. Where'd you go?
My hair looks good, man.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, July 17th, an all-day event. We're doing a Star Wars funeral for a franchise. We're working on a trailer right now. So we'll debut the trailer on this channel soon, but put it on your calendar. It's coming out. The memes have been on point. Alan, episode 4. I feel like I've invested this far, half the series. We're taking it to the end. Other people I know have just said, I'm not covering it anymore. I'm not covering it. Paulie Latino Slant made an announcement. I'm not covering it. Our friend, well, Paulie's also our friend. They're all our friends. Dante James from Burble Riot. I'm not covering it anymore. Oh, we're going there. All the way to the end, all the way to the funeral. We will be covering it every week.
At the same time, you get it. I mean, look at this episode. Look at episode 4. It's such a letdown to episode 3. It's just kind of like, okay, we're just gonna continue on, and all he did was traverse through the forest. Osha realizes that, hey, she hasn't really lost her force powers. In fact, her force powers caused the death of an animal, of a cute, innocent animal that was going to eat everybody. And so they're just things. All this episode did was say, hey, to May, I want to give up and turn myself in. For Osha, it's hey, I want to get back with my sister. Here's the ominous line that I don't think anyone picked up, but when Saul is talking to Osha, he basically says, you are not defined by what you are. No, this was someone else. Okay. It was, okay, here we go. When Osha is going to rejoin the group, Saul tells her, you're going to face your past. That's why she's going. And then he says, when we get back to the ship, I'll explain everything. So there we go.
Yeah.
I think episode 5 is our second flashback episode. Or sorry, episode 6 is our second flashback episode.
This episode was kind of in between a video game level, meaning you've defeated the boss and you're going to whatever the next level is.
You got through the forest. You got through the forest. You got through these traps. Now this is the cutscene.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Well, the chat is on fire. Final thoughts on episode 4 until we go to the chat.
Yeah, I think episode illumines the horrible writing that is the Acolyte. Dialogue is just cringeworthy. That whole thing in the forest where Osha touches one of the creatures and it comes alive and they kill it. It just felt like that was the PETA moment of the series. I brought this creature to life. I disturbed this creature, and now it's dead.
That makes sense.
The feeling I got with Leslie Headland and everyone involved in the creative aspect of this was that none of the writers of the show has some kind of moral center, some kind of values that they uphold, and kind of want to illumine those values. It just feels like it's just looking. I don't know. I just can't pinpoint why this show exists and where we're going and why we need to go there. And it just seems very random at times. And compared to Lord of the Rings, where there's a theme, there's a single theme that kind of runs throughout the whole movie, and you have tangential points to play off of, but it always goes back to that big theme of power and what happens when you hold ultimate power, and not who holds it.
Well, I'm going to stick. Look, I'm a fan of Star Wars. Old Star Wars, I love it. Still do. I've got the 4K Blu-rays of the despecialized editions. Thank you for that. But I'm in it to the end. I want to see like passing by a car accident. I need to see. Okay.
You're kind of hoping that when the body there is with the white sheet over it, that at the last moment the sheet will fly up and you'll see the remains of that body.
It's alive. It's alive. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay, let's go to super chats first, and Alan and I will have a reading contest. Okay.
Hold on, let me.
Alan is dyslexic. I had a stroke 2 months ago. Who is the better reader? We're gonna ping pong. I'm serious. Right. So I'll you read one, and I'll read one. Okay. We'll just go back and forth. Okay. And everyone will judge. Everyone in the chat, you will judge who read it better.
Oh, we are. Okay. From Paco Sith for 2. Wookie is self-insert of Leslie. Change my mind.
David Nelson for 5. Thank you so much. Hey, Chris, hope you can still make it to Vegas next year. I missed you at the F&T meetup. I will be there. Thank you very much. Oh, you're
going back?
Going back.
All right. From Papa Chalupa for 5. After the Star Wars funeral, will dead Star Wars be transported by the Ripa hearse to its resting spot?
Guaranteed. And it's Poopa Chalupa.
No, it's Poopa.
It's Poopa Chalupa.
Yeah, didn't I say that?
No, you said Papa.
Okay.
Daniel for 2. Fighting like an angry old they-them couple. Yeah. Yeah, we were fighting last night at the movies.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we weren't like fighting, but we were just,
and we could ask the chat, who do you think instigated the fight?
Yeah.
Of the two of us.
Yeah, who do you think?
Who do you think? All right, from the Chicago box for $4.99. Thank you. The Dude Abides.
I'm going to go 3 in a row here. Thank you to our new members, Adam Willman and Olaf. We appreciate you. Check out the videos from last night. There's a good picture of Alan in one of the videos. Good shot of the back of his head. The back of Alan's head.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
D. Jolds 1 for 2. Victory to Ing the Merciless. Yes.
Yes. From Villa Idiot for $4.99. I heard someone say that a good story can be ruined by bad characters, but good characters can elevate a bad story. Do you too have any opinions on that?
Ooh, I do. It's yes, like a bad story. If you've got a character that you love, that you're invested in, the story can be not perfect. A lot of indie movies do that. For example, Napoleon Dynamite, a great character, right? just that character, that person, Napoleon Dynamite, was so weird that the story really didn't matter. I think that happens a lot in indie films. Alan, your opinion?
Yeah, let me challenge that for a second. When it says good characters can elevate a bad story, have you ever heard of the movie The Force Awakens?
Yeah, yes, that's a great example. That's a perfect example. Wait, I gotta do something for a sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of, I think a good story, I think, I mean, certainly there are ways to ruin good stories, but I think you have a better shot having a better story where the good story with bad characters than you do with a bad story with good characters, if that makes sense. Good stories will always be better than bad stories. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. But you know, if you have a good story, you'll forgive a lot of imperfections.
True.
I think that's my point.
Do you like my new avatar, Alan? My when I'm off camera?
I still don't understand what that means.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you don't.
And that's a weird way to put your fingers.
You, me, that was a good question. You, me, and the movies member for 1 month. The pronoun statement was apparently a joke, according to the episode writer on X. So OSHA is a bigot joking about an alien species pronouns.
Oh, it was sarcasm. I didn't even think about it. She was being sarcastic. She is such a good actress.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Alan.
From Mike Knopfler for 5. The power of gas, the power of light, the power of diddle? Okay. The power of ret, the power of con, the power of doodle. Doodly.
No, this is the correct. The power of gas, the power of light, the power of diddly, the power of ret, the power of con, the power of doodly. You read this one.
From Graph Web for 2. For the love of God, # cancel Disney Plus. Yeah,
if you haven't already,
we got it for free. From Sinister for 5. It's Jodie T. Smith. Her name was in the credits for episode 4 in IMDb last night. It's now gone.
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
Fearless Wolf. That's a horrible way to find out, by the way. Fearless Wolf for 20 pounds. What are your thoughts on Knee Pain, the former Lucasfilm employee who has said that Disney and Star Wars are pushing modern sensibilities into Star Wars, and that it is not the death of Star Wars, just yet worse is to come. Just yet worse is to come.
It says, and that is not the death of Star Wars just yet. Worse is to come. I did see Knee Pain's interview on Echo Base Network. I sent in a super chat and said hello. I listened to his whole interview before it was taken down. I heard it, so I listened to it. Didn't watch it. It's just a guy sitting. He's great. He's a hard worker who's like a worker bee who loves Star Wars. He's a true fan, and he is sad. Like knowing internally you're seeing the thing you work on, put your sweat and soul and passion into, he's seeing it fall apart. And I think he's great. I hope he speaks out more, but I think his privacy should be respected. So I hope it's not affecting him adversely in terms of employment, in terms of maybe Lucasfilm going after him. So let's be respectful of him. But it was good to see him speak on EBN. He is us.
Mm-hmm.
He is us. He just happened to work at Lucasfilm. So
yeah, I mean, he is us who fulfilled the dream of getting a job at Lucasfilm, and at the beginning worked with George at the helm, and then he saw the transition.
Yeah, well, he did mention something that I'm not surprised about. He said the worst Disney fan or Star Wars fans work there, that are like, it explains their behavior when it comes to them being so hard on social media.
Yeah. And I mean I've certainly worked at jobs where you knew that the company was going in the wrong direction, and you have to make that decision of, do I stay for the money or do I leave for creative freedom reasons, or for a happy job, basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's been happening at Disney and all of Disney, including Lucasfilm and Marvel, is that people realize that things are changing, going in the wrong direction, and they have to make decisions as to whether they want to be on board or not. And I think that's the situation here.
Okay, let's get through these here. Frozen Bill Killer for $4.99. The best argument that Smilo Ren is female is that she was able to knock all the Jedi down with one force push because, of course, women are stronger.
Yeah, I think your theory is more plausible in that the best argument that Smilo Ren is female is that they keep referring to him as a man.
Yeah. Oryx
Right.
21, Oryx 221 for 2. Smilo Ren is Wade's great grandfather. E. Clay Thomason for 5. Are they going to pull off a Kaiser Soze with Keemer? The idea is so dumb with it, just might happen. Yeah, if it was Keemer, it's like a Kaiser Soze, the person you would least expect. But
the impact of the revelation of Kaiser Soze is not there.
So good.
Yeah, but in this case of being Keemer, you don't know that character long enough to for that revelation to mean something.
To care.
Yeah, unlike Kaiser Soze. Let's see, from Southeastern Kaiju for $2. Thank you. Y'all endure so much for us many. Yeah, we're masochists.
For so many. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Do you want to get to the others? Or?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, here we go. Castigan for $1.99. Sorry. Where can I send the Star Wars funeral video?
We haven't announced it yet. When we debut the trailer before the end of June, there will be a trailer. There'll be a hashtag. You literally just put the hashtag on your post for your video. We are going to collect your videos and show them during the funeral. We want, to be sure we're not going to be able to show them all. So my recommendation, there's no rules, but my recommendation is make it under a minute and get right to the point. Don't use music because copyright. So, and don't use any scenes from Star Wars, just you giving your, eulogy or whatever you want to say, and we'll show it. So wait, before the end of this month, we have a trailer will debut, and that's the announcement. So
you and your $2 lightsaber from Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
For Joe Kondo for 5. One person who we can be sure of who is not Smilo Ren is Jedi Hot Pie.
Yeah.
It's not Jedi Hot Pie. From Olaf for €2. My guess, Coral is Darth Smilo, Sith Knot, hashtag or Slipknot.
As I said, it's one of the mothers.
I wouldn't doubt it, but
oh, hey, look who's here, Knee Pain. Hey, thanks for the
Pain.
shout out a couple nights ago, fellow Michigander. Yes, Knee Pain. I grew up in Royal Oak, Michigan. I went to Royal Oak High School. I went to Kimball High School, and there was Dondero High School. Then they merged them into one school, just Royal Oak Kimball. But I used to go visit my grandparents in Grand Rapids. Did you say Grand Rapids you were from? It was either Grand Rapids or Big Rapids. My grandparents lived in Grand Rapids. I would go there on weekends to spend time with them and had a lot of fun. So, Knee Pain, you are welcome to come to the Star Wars funeral. And also, Knee Pain, if you have not seen the Critics Court, check it out. It's on our channel. Look up Critics Court. We put Lucasfilm and Disney on trial for the murder of the Star Wars franchise. So if you've not, that was so fun. And we're doing videos. I had a meeting with Glenn, our producer, who's doing videos. It was the videos that we played. Oh my God, where's the opening of the show? Let's just show it so people get what the, you need to see this, knee pain. If you've not seen Critics Court, do yourself a favor and check it out. If you haven't seen it, maybe you're new to the channel. There's a playlist. It went over like 2 months. I think it went too long, but it was fun. So the funeral will be like that. The funeral will probably be like this. Right, let's
and no one knew this, but Disney was found guilty. It was an on the edge of your seat gripping decision.
But thank you, Payne. Appreciate you watching. Anyone from the Midwest I know is solid. No BS. I like to say, because I'm from the Detroit area, I have a highly tuned bullshit detector. So living in Hollywood is, have to watch it. Knee pain, you'll love it. Please watch Critics Court. There you go. And report back. Thank you so much, Knee pain. Great. Keep going. We have a lot here.
Yes.
We have a guest coming in 20 minutes.
Yeah, from Ordix221 for $5. Remember, hate watching only helps to boost Disney streaming numbers. Unless you want more of this kind of content in the future, stop streaming this. Let's just say Disney knows how bad it is, and the ratings are showing it.
Yeah.
Pharaoh of Vibes. We talked about it on Versus, actually. For $9.99, the people who love the Echo seems to not believe anyone can dislike it, and relegated us all to grifters and being to a political side. Why can't they accept we just don't like it?
Yeah, Star Wars Theory was talking about that. Star Wars Theory is a stand-up guy. He's just, I'm a fan. I want to like Star Wars. And oddly, his sabers, he has this business. He sells these custom sabers. His sabers are 100 times better than the cheap ones they sell at Galaxy's Edge. I saw those. Someone wanted to offer to buy one for me. And I said, no, they looked so bad. They were so cheaply made. It was bad. Yeah. But they won't accept it. Like, if you don't like it, you just don't like it. And to the same thing, if you like it, that's cool. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I like the nerd debate. You could love stuff. You can hate stuff. So,
well, I mean, we showed it last week. The Acolyte is getting less than half the viewers of Ahsoka. And the Disney Star Wars series have been on a steady decline. So it's not growing audiences, it's actually shrinking audiences. And they seem to be spending more money for a smaller audience with every outing. And so yeah, they can call us whatever they want. They can love it as much as they want, but there's just not enough of them to make this a profitable venture.
Right. Look at this. Wait, look at this. Could you read that one, Alan?
Yes. Who is a better reader, Chris, 60%, or Alan, 40%? Poll complete, 330 votes. Okay, good. Yes, Chris, you are the better reader than me.
Whatever.
I know.
Okay.
Go.
So, buy
yourself something nice.
Thanks. I won. Yay.
Yay. Lock it in. All right. Pharaoh of the Vibes for $9.99.
Wait, no, we just did that. Right. Next one.
From Pete Worrell for £5. Do you think the mythical modern audience has actually turned up? It just happened to be small, whiny, and opposed to the now ongoing audience.
Outgoing audience.
Yeah.
Audience. There you go.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that audience, the idea of the modern audience doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
They do not show up. They don't have money, and they don't support this stuff. Eric Smith for 10. Don't forget, the first time Osha saw a man, she wanted to become a Jedi. If this show were written by a straight white man who was the former assistant to Harvey Weinstein, they'd be offended. And for Rumble, we have a lot of people on Rumble. For a buck from Caveat Ties. But Alan, it's not about power. It's about good and evil and who gets to use it.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
I want to use
I'll read a few more,
yeah,
because I was voted the best. Pharaoh of Vibes for $19.99. The same fan base watching Disney Star Wars is also watching House of the Dragon. Hot D has better writing, acting, sets, CG, etc. No review bombs about a show starring girl boss queens. Maybe we just like good stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stories. And that's a girl boss show. I mean, there are powerful, strong women in that show, and they are awesome characters. Great characters. Brands 1967 for €10. Thanks for recommending Film Industry Watch. Great resource, Chris. We should check in with them.
Yeah.
Arlen Braswell for $4.99. When Alan starts to read multiple super chats, his head goes in the oven.
Yeah, that's true.
If you could read this one here.
Okay, from NR for 5. Maybe the real Smile Ren is the friends we made along the way.
I don't think so.
From here and to back. Okay. From Boogie Taste. What? Oh, Boogers Taste. Boogers.
Go ahead, Alan.
From Boogers Taste Salty for 5. Why this show exists is simple. KK got a cornucopia of dirt on everyone in Hollywood from Harvey's assistant. This show was Headland's recompense. And Malty for member for 2 months. Thank you. Critics Court was a blast. Thank you for allowing me to be a juror. First time on the live stream, and now we have our own channel.
Congratulations, Malty. You are invited to the funeral. Give your eulogy. And it helped grow our channel, and we included anyone that wanted to be on and genuinely defend or go against Disney was invited. I want to hear what Knee-Pain thinks. Now I'm like, he just was probably looking for stuff. Knee-Pain, please give us your review of our show. Remember, it was kind of rough. You know, we were figuring out as we go, but we had a lot of fun. So, yeah. Pilgrim Media for 5. I apologize if questioning you concerning Grace offended you. I respect your service. What do you mean? I watch. Wait, Grace Randolph?
Yeah,
I watch her. I want to know what people think, even people I may not line up with or agree with. I want to hear other opinions.
Yeah. And at the same time, you don't need to apologize for anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Unless
your opinion's your opinion. That's fine.
Yeah.
Give us your opinion.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, some other comments here, not super chats. Alan?
Sorry, I just got a note from the wife. Okay. From Star Wars Universe. Hey, Yellow lightsabers are used mainly by Jedi temple guards. Then why are they on the planet there? Associated with Jedi who specialize in unraveling the secrets of the Force and represent a deep understanding and knowledge. Okay. Oh, which basically says they're Asian.
Thank you for that, Star Wars universe.
From Marco CCS 65, Smiler Ren is Doomcock. Oh, that would be a twist.
Possible.
Ryan Landis, Chris wants to see Star Wars head finish getting sawed off. Did I read that right?
Yes, you read it exactly.
Okay. Wes Ray, covering it still gives them hate watch clicks. Channels do need to stop watching and covering it.
I think that channels should cover it, but that doesn't mean you need to watch it. And when we watch it, we watch a screener. So I haven't watched it on Disney Plus. I don't know if we're going to get any of the other episodes.
I told you this last night. Usually they send us the episode the day of, so we don't have to subscribe to Disney Plus.
Right.
Okay.
So moving on. A couple comments here. I
highlighted. They will talk about it on other shows only.
Dante said he would still come here and talk about it, and Paulie too. We haven't had Paulie on in a while. We'll bring him on. And I like this idea for the funeral.
Bagpipes like Spock.
Yeah, we're having. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of music we're already getting for this. We're doing videos. We're doing a version of. This is a song that is played a lot at funerals. Oh, Danny Boy. We're going to do Oh, Hanny Boy. Like Han Solo or Hanny Boy. So everything okay, Alan?
Saying that, it won't be funny when it finally comes out.
Oh, shoot. You're right. Darn it. Alan, look, you're right. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah, I get paid for comedy, so there you go.
Oh, Michael says you missed my paid comment. Force push above. What is it? Atomic Glory, can you find it?
Michael, this one here. Michael for 5 on a wet, damp, foggy forest planet, and the synth creates a dust cloud with a force push. How? Where did the dirt come from? It would have been mud.
Michael, that's right. It would have been mud. If they were in the desert, there'd be a big cloud of dirt. But in the jungle, isn't it moist dirt?
Oh, it's moist. It is so moist.
Alan. I know why you're saying that. Trying to find it.
You gotta find it. Why doesn't Glenn clip those things? I know why. I gotta find it.
There's like 100 clips on here. So.
You said I set you up. I wish everyone to have a very moist day.
Well, that fits the comment for sure. So, yeah.
Do you have room for another hot dog, Mr. Ing?
Unless you can slip it in real quick.
You're so memeable. It's like your greatest quality.
Yeah, well, I think you are. You could certainly get in the game. That's all I'm saying.
Joel Watkins became a member. Thank you for that. Check out our member videos. Go on Discord. Matthew Sheldon sent in 199. We appreciate it. Are you excited, Alan, about what's coming up?
Maybe. What's coming up?
In episode 5.
Oh, episode 5. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited about finally finding out who Smiler Ren is, and I feel like I'm either going to be really disappointed or slightly disappointed. I'm going to be underwhelmed.
Yeah,
I definitely won't be whelmed at all. I mean, quite frankly, unless it's Yoda, it's just going to be. You know, who cares? Is it Mother Gothel? Maybe. Who cares? or
It's
a man, baby.
It's the mom. It's one. There's a couple things. Let's talk about this theory. Let's do a poll. Atomic Glory, if you're there, a poll. Who is Smilo Ren? And put the two moms' names and put what's his name? Kira. Yeah, Kirill. All right, help Lori out behind the scenes in the private chat here. We have a special guest coming on in about 10 minutes or so, but I want to settle this. I want to do a scientific study. There are 4,300 people over 4,300 people watching live. Please like the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, visit filmthreat.com, your source for indie movies. Look at this. These are movies you've never heard of, and you can read reviews of them. I've never heard of any of these films. That's that one I want to see.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So many movies.
Well, that was a funny one.
That's weird.
Worm pornography.
That was crazy. Also, please visit shop.filmthreat.com. You can get some of our Film Threat shirts. Okay. Check it out. The logo collection. It's also beer, barbecue, and Film Threat. Pick up the DVD, Blu-ray of the Attack of the Doc. Lots of stuff. Apparel. This Film Threat t-shirt I'm wearing here, it's on the shop.
Yeah, so
check it out. If you don't want to be naked, that's why you would do that. But I want to hear your theories.
By the way, did you Atomic Glory put the chat summary in private here? I don't know if you want to read it real quick.
Oh, well, okay. Go ahead, read it, Alan.
There you go. The chat is mainly about a lot of Star Wars fans complaining about how the recent videos of other YouTubers and wondering why Disney Star Wars doesn't have more fight scenes. The chat is also joking around about the word moist. And of course, now your icon is up there as I say that. Again, which I don't know what that means. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's go to your super chats real quick. We have Joel Watkins for 5. Hey guys, I live in Vegas and I saw one of your stolen T-shirts on a homeless guy. Hey, yeah. Well, we do what we can for the homeless. From Razorburn for 5. Chris, will the Star Wars corpse be launched from a photon torpedo capsule? That would be cool. All right. From Michael for 199. I accept the moist response. Moist be with you. You're welcome for that. And Geek Truth 64 for 499. Thank you. Love Critics Court. And thanks for letting me be part of the jury. Haven't watched any Star Wars since. I'm done. I just get old EU books. And then finally from Death Race 777 for 5. None of these indie films are worth watching. They're full of perverts. There you go. All right. Let's see. So Chris is still undisposed. He's still giving me those fingers. So I will go to some of your chats. Let me see. He's not back yet. Let me see. Is everyone gone? There you go.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Okay, let's read these. Where are we now?
I went through them all.
You went through them all?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah. Wherever you went. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this poll up. Wait, here, this came in.
Okay. Here we go. From Olaf for €2. The power of 1, the power of 2, the power of moist.
The poll is up.
Okay.
The poll is up. Please vote.
Yeah.
Please vote in this poll. We'll give it like 5 minutes. We will report the results. And there you go. That's great. I don't think that a Kaiser Soze thing with Kirill. He's barely that Kirill character. Let discount Ezra Miller. He's not even well defined. There's no weight to that person being revealed. There's no weight to it.
Yeah, I mean, as I was watching the 4th episode. I mean, he's acting very fishy.
Yeah, because he's a bad guy,
right? But again, the reason I go with him is because I just don't. I don't know. It's gone to the point of, if you imagine the opening of episode 5, the ripping off of the mask, and you see each of those characters. The reality is, none of the 3 would excite me at all.
because if it's him, you just kill him. If it's one of the mothers, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do May and Osha do if it's revealed to be one of the moms? They have a connection, and so there's a weight to it.
Again, you continue to give credit to the writing.
Well, no, it's so obvious. It is not that guy. All due respect to drunk 3PO, it isn't. I don't think it's that person. Yeah.
Look, I feel like that the writing is so bad it would be him. That whole, it was me all along, May.
It's so
I was standing right next to you. I was manipulating you constantly.
It's so Scooby-Doo. It's bad. It's bad. It just is. I don't know how
meddling kids, I would have gotten away with it.
That's exactly what it comes off as. All right, keep voting. We're gonna get the results in a minute. We'll read these 2 super chats and then get the results. So a couple more minutes. Vote. Here you go, Alan.
All right. The Pharaoh vibes for 1999. The Smiler Ren reveal, maybe even worse. What if it's Venestra, the Green Jedi and Leslie's wife, who can't act? She's stopping Saul's progress. She wants the operation secret. She's been adversarial for no reason. That would be dumb too.
That would be dumb too. It would be dumb too. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all the options are dumb, but the mother is the only thing that makes sense, and it echoes, or as George Lucas puts it, it rhymes.
Yeah, that's true. Did we see the 2 mothers on the pile of bodies?
Apparently, Coral is not among the bodies. But also, we don't know how those bodies got there. Here's what's even funnier. Here's what's even funnier. Why are we even talking about this? In all of this, with our thinking it's so bad. I mean, it is bad that we're talking about it this month, this much, with this much detail.
And this month.
this month. John's comment. Check this out.
John Papa Sergio for 499. Coral is Smilo, but with the souls of all the other witches. The song "Power of Many" is foreshadowing. It's also why Smilo was so powerful.
Now that makes sense. It's so dumb in fanfic. I think that's what it is. I think it's Coral, because she was the mother that was more aggro or angry.
Right.
The power of many.
And she has the power.
Their souls go into her. All this is BS.
So in the fire, she killed all her sisters so that she could take on their power, the power of many.
Yes.
That's how the Sith do it.
Yes. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen it. That's it. Yeah. It has to be. John, I think you hit it. That's a good theory. Thank you, John. That's really good. Here you go. And we'll give you the results in a second.
Okay, so Mando Reforger for 499. Mickey's Law. The first to mention race or gender is always the Disney defender.
And it rhymes. It
Yeah.
rhymes. I love that. It's
'Cause
awesome.
Laws should rhyme.
Yep. And here are the final results of the poll. Read it, Alan.
All right. Who is Smilo Ren? Mother Anastasia, 44%. Should have read this backwards. Other mother, Coral, is 34%, and Keemer is 20%. More people were concerned about this poll than who reads better.
363 votes. But Keemer getting the lower votes. That was Drunk 3PO's theory, and I've heard other people repeat it. It's not him. There's no weight. There's no weight. The only dramatic weight is one of the moms. And I think they're kind of, for me, evenly split 50-50. I think it's a 50-50 for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's think about it for a second. Is it going to be the white mother or the black mother?
Oh no.
Because they already have the lesbian box checked off. So so there's that.
Yeah. That makes
I mean, I would
sense.
say as Anastasia only because she's the more well-known of the two.
Right. And isn't she listed on IMDb as being in like 6 episodes?
You know, I could check, but my experience is that Disney's pretty good about laying out the cast as the episode comes out.
Right.
Here we go.
All right, let me know. And thank you for that. Thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone who voted. And Cloved 9 sent in 80 for a super sticker, 80 Martian pesos. I think that's what that is. So there you go. Well, there you go. We're going to talk about James O'Keefe and the Disney Files on Friday. I'm hoping it's revealed tomorrow. And we have reviews on Friday of all the movies opening on Friday, including Kinds of Kindness. I'm seeing it tonight. Thelma, The Exorcism with Russell Crowe, Firebrand. What else? Oh,
Bike Riders.
Bike Riders. I gotta update this
with
document.
Tom Hardy and Austin Butler.
It's not updated. The document isn't updated.
I know, because
I will
Wednesday.
update the document. It's not there. It's not there, Alan.
Because it's Wednesday.
That's true.
Try to update it before Friday.
Well, yeah. That's it. All right. All right. As you know, Film Threat is a huge supporter of independent film. We bring on indie filmmakers to talk about their movies. It's important that we tell you about their work as we champion them, because if we only watch Disney, we would be depressed. Seriously, if I only watched Disney and Marvel, I would be depressed. So let's talk to Paul Osborne about his new movie, Fluorescent Beast. Hey, Paul. How are you doing, man?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have not seen you in years. Great to see. Dude,
it's been
your
4
movie.
Years.
Your movie. Okay, all of your movies have the tightest scripts. They're all 90 minutes. There's not a wasted word of dialogue, not one. This may be your best work. I no spoilers, right? Getting to the end. It's about a guy who's he's an office worker bee. He has a happy wife, right? Working a day job he doesn't care about. His passion is he's a writer. He's trying to write. Just get a free moment to just finish a sentence. He's having recurring nightmare where he sees someone who may or may not be him, sees a lot of crazy stuff, and is dealing with internal demons when he's sent on an errand by the boss of all the bosses. What is this errand? It's a mystery. It's a literal mystery box. Another home run for you, Paul. Tell us about Fluorescent Beast, what inspired it, and how you keep all your movies from and I want to talk about your other movies too. How is it you're so consistent? It's the power. It tells you like the power of just the script. Tell us how we got to the script for Fluorescent Beast.
I mean, I think the inspiration's pretty obvious. Being a,
Right.
I think
Yeah,
once you're an artist with any sort of like life responsibility, it's all about finding the time. The inspiration was sort of, I thought of like, what if all the responsibilities and time sucking things of modern living, what if instead of them being happenstance of life, what if they were actually all part of a conscious conspiracy designed to crush your soul and your dreams? And by crush your dreams, I mean yours, just yours.
Yes.
Boom. It was funny. I pitched the movie to Caden Cross, who's in the film, and she said, "Well, that's true, isn't it? Aren't that isn't that that's not fiction? That's not fiction at all." So that was the inspiration for the movie. But the really dumb seed where it all started, it's really that's the scene, all the scenes, the dream sequences in the film. He has reoccurring dreams, as you mentioned. They're in this kind of this weird, misshapen garden place with tree light, with little lights and stuff. And that spot exists behind my garage at my house. It used to be just this undeveloped like crap grass and trees and garbage. And when the drought came to LA, my wife goes, "We're taking all that out. We're gonna kind of pave it. We'll keep the trees around the sides. We'll keep like a lemon tree. We're gonna put in some furniture. We're gonna put in little lights. We're gonna put in like a David Lynch looking, Twin Peaks looking carpet, and make it this outside little seating area with a fire pit." And I went out there and I'm like, I gotta shoot something out here, man. So I came up with those dream things first. Now that's the backwards way to write a script. You really should come up with like the cool, idea and then kind of figure out how to tell it. But I started with this, like, I have these dream scenes. Where do they go? What do I do with them? And that's honestly where it grew from. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where the scripts come. And I don't know. I just I write a lot, and when I find one that I fall in love with and I want to spend a couple of years on, I make it into a movie.
Your scripts are just so tight. They're tight and flawless. 10 Till Noon was so good. I hope that's still out somewhere on Tubi.
Yeah, it's on Prime. It's on Prime. And I think you can track down the DVD for sure on like the various sites for like $5. But you can rent the film. I think you can stream it for free actually on Prime in the US, UK, and somewhere else. So it's available. You can see it.
And 10 Till Noon, again, had such a creative structure, and it kept the reveal of repeating this 10 minutes from different points of view is chef's kiss. It's so good. It's so good. And that movie inspired the documentary. Tell that story.
Yeah, well, so 10 Till Noon was the first film I was creatively above the line on. I was a writer and a producer. It was directed by Scott Storm, who also produced it with me. And we started taking it on the festival circuit and immediately ran into weird politics and things we didn't understand because we were young and naive. And I thought there's got to be a documentary about how to do this. I mean, surely there's a book somewhere, but on the circuit, I got to read. I got to watch a movie. It's faster. So I looked, I'm thinking filmmakers go to film festivals. They must have made a movie about how to do this stuff. And no one had. I think it was because they didn't want to speak out of school about it. I think they didn't want to talk out loud about some of the stuff going on. And I thought, well, if I can't find a documentary on the subject, maybe I should just make a documentary on the subject, and we'll make it a comedy because we're dumb and we're going to run into walls. And so might as well make them laugh. So that's how a documentary, Official Rejection, was born. We just filmed on the festival circuit when we took 10 Till Noon, on the road, and documented our journey and the journey of other films that were on the circuit with us. And it was sort of everybody talks about the Sundance movies and the Tribeca movies. That's the 1%. The 99.9% of indie films don't go to the majors. They play the regional festivals. And so that's kind of what we covered. It was covering what the majority actually goes through. And it's meant to be a realistic look at no dreams. It's meant to be like, this is what it is. This is what you do. this is why you should manage your expectations. And Chris, you were a big part of helping us make that movie, actually.
Well, that was a good decision to put me in the film.
I
thought
agree.
that was a fun. I'm even on the commentary for the DVD. We had so much fun that day.
I know. I remember we had to break twice because you had to pee.
Yes, it happened.
You mentioned it. This is not a secret. You mentioned it in the commentary.
I mentioned it.
I gotta pee.
I do it on the show all the time.
I'm peeing right now.
But look, that movie and the doc is so good, and it's like you built up this. It's like every couple of years a new Paul Osborne movie, and whenever I see it, or like you go away. You go away for a couple of years.
I go away.
And then you hit me up and you go, I made a new movie. And here it is. Dude, okay. For Fluorescent Beast, I feel like so many people, if you are creative and you have aspirations to be involved in indie film, Hollywood, whatever, you need to see this movie. It so hits on all of that. And I have to say, I loved Blaine Weaver in this. It's so good. That album. I mean, oh my God. You must, Blaine Weaver's been in your films, and he's a filmmaker in his own right. Yeah. And his part in this is so pivotal, very funny as a musician, mysterious figure. I loved it. I was like, as a fan of yours, it just totally hit me.
Oh, thank you. A little funny story about those, the album cover, and there's an album cover of him, and there's also an Employee of the Month photo.
Right.
And when you see the film, you see what I mean. But in these, he plays a very kind of almost sinister character, but the photographs of him in the film are like this.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We did the first shot because he was in Shreveport doing a play at the time. And so I couldn't be on when we shot those. We had to shoot them remotely. So we hired a photographer in Shreveport, and he went and did them. And they were kind of like, and I got him back, and I'm like, dude, let's get on Zoom. I gotta show you what I'm doing. It's gotta be like insane. And I don't think he quite got the tone of it until I did the Zoom. And then from that point on, he got the tone of the movie, because the movie the previous work I've done has been a little more naturalistic in terms of performances. These are like out there, broad, Barton Fink performances. So he had to go really broad. And I thought he did a pretty great job.
Yeah.
Going kind of nuts.
Yeah. It's, I give a lot of, there's over 4,000 people watching us live. We have a lot of questions in the chat. Before we go to the questions in the chat, here's the thing. You have been consistent with your work. I mean, I make an indie movie every 10 years. You have been able to be consistently, you make a movie, you got to make the next movie. How have you maintained that? How have you been able to do that? And, you are, you have a family and whatnot. How do you do it? How do you get consistent and be, just get consistently good film out there?
Well, the good film part, I can't, that's just put up to the gods that I'm able to, work it out. Right. But as far as consistent, there's only what was I forget who it was. Gain Wilson. No, it was Matt Groening said, here's where you're born, here's where you die, and here's forever. It's like, this is time, this is you. So this is the career. So I'm gonna keep making movies. If someone wants to come and give me lots of money to make them for studios, great. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make them for me. So, and I do a lot myself, and I write, I edit. I produce with my wife and our producing partners, and I direct and do all the sound design, oversee the whole thing, do the marketing. So there's a lot. So when I finish one, I kind of that's done, and then I kind of start the next. So right now I'm in that process of starting the next. I'm in the writing process, and I write a bunch of stuff, and I kind of figure out which one I want to live with for the next couple of years, and then we go from there, and we start the process over. That's kind of how it goes. So them being consistent, I'm just thankful that I'm, sober enough to get a sentence together. It's there we go.
Well, let's go to the chat here. Want to thank Clove9 for being a member. Solomon Thornton says, greetings, Sir Paul. Any screenwriting advice?
Wow. Just well, I think there's so much, man. There's so much advice, but I think the big thing is watch a lot of movies. Watch a lot of movies. I mean, read some scripts for sure, but you're writing a movie. You're not writing a script per se. So watch a lot, and don't just watch stuff that's in your comfort zone. Branch out. Watch weird stuff. Watch old stuff. Watch, foreign exploitation films. Watch old Japanese gangster films. Everything that you see that's different that goes into your brain is another tool for your toolbox. So that's why I'd say get a Criterion channel subscription and get Tubi and go between the two and just watch a lot of stuff. For starters, the other thing I think is, I would say is I wouldn't worry too much about a lot of the screenwriting books. I think a lot of them really handcuff you into formula, and you don't want to do that. I think Sid Field's book Screenplay is kind of the primer about the 3-act structure. And I think from there, read scripts, watch movies, and write a lot. And one last piece of advice, when you have something you think you like that's working, get some actors together, pros if you can get them, if they're friends of yours, you don't have to pay them, but just people, and do a table read. It's better if it's actually actors, stage, whatever, doesn't matter. Sign them apart, get a table read going, hear it out loud, hear it on its feet, and then have a discussion afterwards and see what works and what doesn't. That's a good way to kind of vet your work as you grow.
I've done that. And when you do a table read with real actors, you
learn
all the flaws, everything that doesn't work, you're like, oh, that's got to be cut. That's too long.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Stuff is repetitive. It's nothing will make you rewrite your script more than a table read. Comments, including questions here from Sean Hu. I see that it's already won 3 awards. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You've been to IMDb. I appreciate that.
Apocalypse TM. Fluorescent Beast has a good trailer.
Thank you.
That's good.
That was a tough movie to do a trailer for.
What's the website for the film? Do you have a website?
It's conspicuouspictures.com, and just click on Fluorescent Beast. And by the way, I don't know if we're going to talk about this, but we're screening actually this weekend in 3 different cities. We're screening in Los Angeles on Saturday, 2 p.m. at Vidiots in Eagle Rock. 2:30 in Mount Pleasant, Michigan at the Celebration Cinema, and on Sunday 6 p.m. in Fort Lauderdale at the Savor Cinema. And all those links to tickets can be found along with showtimes at conspicuouspictures.com/screenings. And they're all there. You click right to tickets.
We will put the link in the description for this video. Good question here from Rumble 8Ellis24. How did you discover Caden Cross to cast her in the film? Who's Caden Cross?
Caden Cross is the dream girl
right,
in the movie.
I figured that.
All right, so we have in our film, there's a dream girl that comes out, and she disrobes a little bit and doesn't do much else in the movie. She's really there to represent some of his frustration. And so we're like, well, how do we cast for that? So it's kind of difficult to find, like, this will look good on your reel, in an indie film. So I thought, you know what, we should probably get an adult actor to play that part, because there's not going to be a problem with the nudity. There's not going to be a problem with any of the things. And so by the way, pro tip, if you want to see the acting scenes of adult actors, go to YouTube and Google them and Google their scenes, because you won't see anything actually pornographic. You'll see the scenes in between the actual commercial stuff. So you'll see their performance, because I wanted somebody who could act. So I found, I had a short list, and I had a friend who had used to work in the industry, and he was able to, through a makeup artist that he knew, connect me to her. She suggested Caden. I looked at Caden's stuff, and Caden's great. And by the way, Caden is like super nice, super professional. She's mostly a director now. So she was super easy to direct. A real sport, because we shot those scenes in November in California, but in November it was cold. And she was a total pro. And by the way, total pro, didn't complain about anything, showed up early, made a multi-million-dollar deal for her company while sitting on the couch on her laptop while reading the script in between scenes. True story. Wow. Helped name the film, because the temp title was The Fluorescent Beast. I considered it a holding title. I just considered it temp. And she asked me about it. And I said, well, I told her that it was. And she says, well, if you just drop the, it's perfect. And I was like, oh, you're right. Okay.
Nice.
You're right. And my producer behind me was like, yes, that solves it. And so she Justin Timberlaked us on the title. So I nothing but good things to say about Caden. She was awesome.
Let's see here. Revan's father, how important is the audience for a filmmaker, or just make your stuff and don't care?
Well, that's a good question. I want an audience. I do, but I figure I'm going to kind of make my stuff that interests me. And I'm going to make it for an audience of one, and everybody else is invited to the party. That's the Quentin Tarantino line that I stole, and I think it's a pretty good one. So I figured that hopefully I'm making films I would want to see, and I'm making them the best way I can. And my hope is that other people will see them and relate to them as well. But this one, and you mentioned, Chris, that creatives see this and they do react to it. It's true. Yeah. Go to Fluorescent Beast.
Yeah. Look at this.
Look at that. I know, it's cool.
Look at all your Favor. Oh my God, Favor.
There we go.
Will drive you. All of these are good movies.
Thank you.
These are all good movies. So
go to Fluorescent Beast. Go to screenings. Go to screenings.
There we go.
Boom.
That's great.
There you go. Shreveport was last night. And you get tickets to all the screenings right there.
Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Yeah,
I know Mount Pleasant and Florida.
It's pretty cool. We played a festival there. We won the best picture award there. So anyway, so I'm hoping that you mentioned this film, creatives would like it. And I think of this film as a comedy, but what I found at screenings is people get a very emotional reaction to the movie, to Fluorescent Beast. Like they feel really like, I don't know, I partially assaulted and touched. They feel I'm surprised at people who I work in corporate, and and I always wanted to be a ballerina, and this is killing me watching this movie. It touched my core. Maybe I should rethink. Maybe I should go back to dancing. Like people are having these, surprisingly emotional reactions to the film.
I can see that. More questions here. Right from Razorburn. Paul, how was it interviewing Kevin Smith for Official Rejection?
He was great. We were supposed to have him for 20 minutes, and he sat with us for 2 hours at his offices at the USQ in Hollywood. And he was super generous and nice and awesome and fun. And it was funny. We had trouble scheduling him for months, and we finally got him. And then when he sat with us for 2 hours for our scheduled 20 minutes, I knew why, because he just, he just loves to be in the moment, loves to talk. But he's one of those guys that when you meet him, you feel like you've known him your whole life. He just has that sort of charm and energy to him. At least that was my experience.
Yeah. Brock Samsonite, what is your favorite question to ask talent during auditions to help figure out if they're a good fit for your project?
I don't really ask them any questions. What I do is when I'm auditioning talent, we give them the sides that we're going to have them read. And I tell them, first of all, they don't have to be off book. I'd rather you think about the performance than worrying about whether you got the line right. And then we'll have them the audition. And then we also give them the entire script. And we say, you don't have to read this, but if you want to see more about what the part is, if you want to get a better understanding of what it is, you have this at your disposal. Then we have them come in, we have them read it once. By the way, I give them a 15-minute window to audition. They don't just try to turn it out. I'm there. And I usually have them reading with a real actor, not just someone going, hey, blah, 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 next to the camera, a real actor. And I hold the camera and I kind of find a position that's sort of an angle I like, that I can kind of see them, but also not too intrusive. So they're playing to the actor, they're not playing to camera. Because what I'm trying to do is, I found this out very early, that there are people that can audition well, but they can't act. And there are people that can act well, but can't audition. So I try to make the audition process as close to an acting experience, a real acting experience as possible. So reading with another actor, having advanced material, not having to be so pressured on the lines. And I also let them do it more than once. I give them plenty of time. And also by scripting at 15 minutes, there aren't 20 people waiting in the waiting room dressed the same way they are. There's maybe one or maybe 2. So they're not psyching themselves out. And once they read the first time, they'll be maybe a little tense. Have them read the second time, they tend to relax. Then maybe I'll give them an adjustment. And if they've done everything, if I want an adjustment, I'll give the adjustment that I want. If they've done things without an adjustment that I think is obvious or I think is perfect, I'll still give them an adjustment to see how well they take it. But I don't really ask them anything, if that makes sense. And then we review the tape.
Good question here from Brian Smith for 5. Appreciate that support. Where can we see Fluorescent Beast in the Dallas area or streaming?
Nowhere yet. We're still looking at adding more cities. We're going to add Winchester, I think, in September. So keep your eye out for Dallas. If you want to keep the website open and periodically check, we'll add screenings there, or you can follow me on any of these socials at Paul Makes Movies. And I'm not shy about sharing when we get screenings. Streaming, we are still working on our deal. So hopefully towards the end of the year, and hopefully Film Threat will we'll spout about it a little bit when we have.
We will do that. I mean, you got a review already.
Very good review. Oh my God. We're going to milk that review to the end of time, Chris.
Please do. Please
do. 10 out of 10. It's like, what? Wow. Great. Thank you.
Well, yes. I mean, like I said, the script is so, you can't,
that's a good question.
Not one word should be lost and nothing that's in it is unnecessary. From A-Dallas24 from Rumble, at a tight 90 minutes, how long was the shooting script, and did you need to trim anything to maintain that runtime, either on set or in the edit?
Well, we weren't aiming at 90. We just landed at 90. The script was about 93 pages, and we didn't really cut. We didn't really cut any scenes. We shortened some scenes if they felt like they were running long. We do have one fairly lengthy scene. I think, Chris, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Is a big, long, like 10-minute monologue-y scene. It's the Sterling Hayden Strangelove scene.
The boss's monologues.
Thank you.
I'm not going to ruin it. It's so funny. I see it more as a thriller comedy than anything else, but also with, like this, like I'm sitting here relating to like, oh yeah, the thing I want to do, I can't do. So
like, oh, that's true. You do own everything, and I do have to do all this stuff to be alive. But so to answer your question, so I tend to be a real taskmaster on the script. Like the script, I don't want to like kind of do the script and kind of go, well, we'll figure it out. Like I want the page to be as tight as possible. So when I'm writing, I'm tight. I'm rigorous on the script at the script stage. If something I know isn't working, I fix it before I get it out. And then we do the table reads, and I do rehearse with the actors. Like we do rehearsal periods in pre-production to really work things out. So, I mean, there were a few things that we trimmed, shortened, but for the most part, what's in the script is what's on the screen, and that tends to be the case with my stuff. And there's maybe one scene I've dropped in the last 2-3 features total, and yeah, in Favor we dropped a scene, and I think usually a couple scenes end up getting tightened by like there's some things that tend to ramble, that tend to go. Like me talking right now, tend to ramble, tend to bring them down. But fortunately, I'm tight on the page for whatever reason.
Yes, you are. So when you do the DVD, no deleted scenes.
No deleted scenes at all on this one. So,
and a final question here from Christopher Moonlight Productions: writing backwards from what you have the means to get for your movie sounds like the purest spirit of indie filmmaking. Also, and Christopher, by the way, a frequent commenter on the panel, he won an award at our award show, Award This, which you are now eligible for. By the way, Paul, I don't know if you knew. The only requirement is you have a movie that's out and in commercial release, right? And get reviewed on Film Threat.
Boom.
That's it.
Done it.
That's it. We do it in December.
Great.
So Chris is a winner of that. Writing backwards from what you have means the means to get for your movie sounds like the purest spirit of indie filmmaking. Also, filming in your home is the best. You know where the bathroom is.
It's
so
true.
Any comments on that?
Filming in your home is the cheapest. That's the best part. I got a great we can go back to Caden Cross for a second. I got a great story if you have a minute. So we're shooting in our home, and we're shooting in the back. Now I have a son from a previous marriage. His wife and I, my ex-wife and I, get along great, and we shared custody with him. He's an adult now. At the time we shot this movie, he was about 17. So he had his days he was over, and then he had days he was at his mom's, but he would come back and forth on his own all the time. There was no it was whatever. And he had his own room. Anyway, but he wasn't supposed to be at our house while we were shooting the scenes with Caden. Took over the house, cruised in the house. We need a dressing room and a makeup room. So we use my son's bedroom in the back of the house. It's got access to the back where we're shooting. It's perfect. It's exactly right. So we take over his room and we're shooting back there. Now he, unbeknownst to me, shows up. His mom drops him off. He's out of the car, goes up in the house. He opens the door. He has no idea we're filming anything. He sees craft service over here, equipment over here. Dad's making something today. Okay. I'm just going to go back to my room. Opens the door, and there's Caden Cross, porn star, in lingerie, in his desk chair. She's like, oh, hi.
Oh, my God.
Happiest teen boy I've ever seen in my entire life. And when we shot those scenes with her, he was running Slate. He's like, Dad, I'm in. I'm running Slate. I'm working. And he ended up PAing the entire movie. So,
well, Paul, congratulations on the film. Let us know when it's out on VOD. Because what we will do, we'll repost the review on our front page and let people know. And great. Alan, add those links to the website to get tickets. And the link to conspicuouspictures.com. It will be in the description for this video here. You can see the trailer running there. Paul, such an honor to have you on.
Oh,
I'm such a fan of you because you represent a lot of people in Hollywood, they talk. You're like, I wrote a script, I made a movie. You're not even telling people. Whenever I hear from you, I made another movie. And, so fun, so good. Let us know when it's out on VOD.
Will do. And we're also looking for a physical media partner as well. So those of you who like Blu-rays like me, shout out to physical media. We're looking for one as well. So hoping to have a kick-ass disc in addition to some beautiful VOD distribution.
You need a box set for your film.
Yes,
there is a lot of, they don't connect necessarily, but there are running themes. A box set of the Osborne trilogy or Osborne opus, whatever you call it.
Filmography. Osborne Cinematic Universe.
Yes. But they feel your movies feel connected. They're not, but they feel that way.
It's because Patrick Day's in everything. My actor, Patrick Day, is in everything I do. I think that might be what it is.
Blaine is so funny to me. I just think he's hilarious. And what's worse, I know him. He's a super nice guy. Yeah. He's not an a-hole. He's such an a-hole.
Acting.
Yes.
Chris. Acting.
Yes. Cool. Paul, thank you so much. Great to see you, man. Hit me back for the VOD. We are going to put this interview, we'll clip it, put it on our interview channel. I'll send you the link.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Chris.
Cool. Have a great day. Say hi to the fam. Take care, man.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
All right. Later. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
That was awesome.
That was great.
So I'm a fan. There you go. Let's wrap up the show. We got a few more super chats that came in right here from the Erotic Bear for 5. Wait, I'm thinking about Caden Cross. The Erratic Bear for 5. Listen, this is important. It has to be Mother Anastasia. IMDb says Jodie Turner-Smith is in 5 episodes and Manny is in 2. Mother Coral is in 1 episode. What do you think, Paul? I mean,
Paul's gone. Paul left.
Alan.
Yeah, gosh, that seems to be the convincer there. That's a horrible way to find out.
Yeah. And I have something that, you know what? I'm going to show it right now. I'm going to show it right now.
I'm looking for the video.
No. Read those super chats while I'm doing it. When you see this, it's very special.
Okay. Let's see. We'll go to the short. Okay, so from Arthur Morgan's mom for 199. Hail Star Wars fans, my condolences. Aw. You there yet?
I have something cool.
Okay, and then from
it's worth it. It's worth it.
Okay, we'll just do this last one from Inverted High Five for 15. Hey, thank you. Super late question, Chris. I missed you on FNT, but what are your thoughts on the Acolyte trying to frailty by switching the sisters, or being like Identity and Smilo, or the other sister is in her head?
It's not like Frailty is a movie, or like Fight Club. The other sister is not imaginary.
Yeah,
that theory. That was I heard that theory. If you watch
not the way it's. Yeah.
If you watch episode 4, it's not a good theory. So I disagree with it, but I've seen more, and Frailty.
But that would have been a better story. Let's just put it that way.
Might have been a better story. Yeah. I got something to show you, and only because you're watching the live stream, you get to see this. This graphic is not finished. You have to add the date and hashtag, but check this out. What do you think?
Oh, there we go.
Get some feedback. What do you think, Alan?
Star Wars Funeral for a Franchise in memory of Star Wars.
We're going to add the date and the hashtag, and this is going to be all over social media. What do you think of that?
It looks good.
Chat? What do we think, chat? What do we think?
So are we going to officially kill Star Wars on the purchase date?
Yes.
Okay.
So good, very nice. I'm seeing good comments. People seem to like it. Good. I like it. Sean Hu likes it. Lord Thoth says it's good. Aaron Sharman says good.
Do we need a poster?
Nice. Says the Drifter 67 looks good. Mike Rodriguez. Blah, blah, blah.
Do we need this as a poster?
I like it. I like it, but can it be more VHS looking? We're doing 3 versions. One horizontal, one like a movie poster, and another one that will be square for social media. So this is great. Sifax says good. Hey, Sifax. Needs more lens flares. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, we can do that. So
okay. There are stars in the background. That we might need to intensify those a little bit.
Yeah. So it's good. We're gonna fix it some more. But Glenn just sent it to me. And I'm communicating with. This is live. Oh my God.
Yeah, you are. Now you're giving notes during the show.
I am doing that.
All right.
I can't type, apparently. I'm on the show. All right. That wraps it up for us today. Big show on Friday. We're going to talk about James O'Keefe and the Disney Files. And there are a lot of movies opening in theaters. We will review all of them. And we have an interview. You ready for this? Guess who's on the show Friday?
George Lucas.
Farkas.
Oh, okay.
Actor Zach Ward, who was Farkas in A Christmas Story. He directed a movie called Keepers of the Five Kingdoms. He is on the show Friday. So get your questions ready for Zach Ward. He will be here Friday. Everyone, thank you so much. Want to thank Atomic Glory, Glenn Nuccio, our mods, Lord Thoth, Chicago Box, Mexican Iron Man, Paulie from Latino Slant, and everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. Our channel is growing very close to 125,000. Very close.
I know. There's a certain YouTuber I want us to pass up soon, and we're almost there.
Yes. And we'll continue our coverage of House of the Dragon.
Shame.
That was at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if you saw that.
Which will
All
be
right.
at.
We're going to be there. That's right. Alan, take us out.
Let's get out of here.